So today you're probably wondering why I didn't go with Rick down the stairs when we were at, where were we?
Skyline Trail.
Skyline Trail. Because I have a severe fear, not necessarily of heights, but of cliffs, edges. So this is what happens.
And heights.
And heights. So this is what happens. So
and steep things.
Anything steep. So, for example, like today, because we were going to be looking over a cliff, I could only go so far. So what happens is my eyeballs connect to the fact that, oh, there's a cliff. And then what happens is I start losing my sense of center, and I actually get I lose my sense of balance. Like I could literally fall over if I don't stop.
So we get 100 feet from where you can see the stairs go down.
And I have to stop completely.
Smoke on our heels.
I'm a dead stop. I can't be convinced.
I'm walking, I look back, I go, are you coming? No.
Nope. So here's
here's
another example.
Not a
chance.
So
in Cape Breton, when you do Cape Breton and you do the circle, there's a lot... Cabot Trail, particularly, and you do the Cabot Trail. There's a lot of places when you're in your vehicle and there's cliffs. And much to my dismay, because I am the passenger, because I couldn't drive it because of the cliff situation, I am constantly on the cliffside. Go figure. And, Rick will say, oh, look over here, look over there, look over here. And I'm like, no, I am not looking. The only thing I'm looking at is this side of the cliff, which is the mountainous side, because I cannot look over here. Because if I look
and all
over
the while
there,
she's thinking, we're going off the edge.
All the while, my brain connects. So when I look at the cliff, even though there's a guardrail and there's lots of road, I start losing my equilibrium and I start losing my sense of balance in the car. And I literally feel like today when we kind of pulled over and we were really close to the cliff and the rest point.
We were 50 feet.
Yeah, and I get it. And it's totally, I get the whole scenario, like I'm crazy.
But we were pointing at it.
And I was on the cliff side. I felt like I was going to fall over. If you notice, I'm this way.
And I heard you murmur, don't drive over there.
Yeah. And like today too, so on the trail that we did, prior to going down the steps that Rick did and I couldn't do, the trail, at some point, I am aware that this trail is on the cliff and not far from the cliff, because now there's lack of trees. I can see an opening. And guess what happens? My brain connects to my body, says there's a cliff, and my equilibrium starts failing me, and I feel like I'm going to fall. So then what happens is I walk close to the bush, and Rick goes to me, why are you walking in the bush? I said, because the cliff is over there. But we're
on a trail.
On a trail. But unfortunately, I can't control that.
Yeah.
My brain... My eyes see it, my brain starts percolating and ticking, and then my body starts to break down.
So when we're driving and there's, certain death if we should happen to go left instead of right, Rick's always like, look over there. Oh, did you see that? Oh, look over there. Oh,
yeah.
Look at
So
this.
you know what's happening?
Oh, look over there. Oh, did you see that?
You know what's happening with the truck and the trailer? The truck and the trailer are going like this. And then on top of wanting to look, he, in the middle of my breakdown, which he knows is happening, get the GoPro so we can start taking pictures. And he's reaching for the GoPro, and then the truck's going like this.
It's not going like
down
this.
A 12%.
You're envisioning it's going like this.
No. That's what's happening. So I'm grabbing this every time we're in critical mode and I'm in breakdown mode because the connections are happening. He's asked me to get the GoPro. He's reaching for the GoPro and we're all over the road. So that's the reality of the situation.
So the lesson here is have the GoPro ready.
But there's sometimes...
then we won't die.
I'm paralyzed that I can't. And all I need to focus on is getting down the hill or up the hill.
But think about it.
It's happening.
If you don't get the GoPro, we might die. So have it in hand, have it ready.
But
so when Rick goes, oh my God, get that shot.
Yeah, but this
we don't die.
I know, but I'm holding it, and I'm holding it like this with my eyes closed because I can't look at the cliff.
She's
And
pointing
I'm
at
trying.
she's pointing at the dash or the barrier between the
Well,
windows.
That's how. But I guess that explains.
And then Rick is looking over there, going, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
We're not getting the shot."
But that explains the reality of my scenario. It takes over where I cannot fathom. Like, here's the interesting part. But if you want someone in emergency, you're choking, you're dying, you need the Heimlich, you need CPR, you cut your finger, any emergency of any level of disaster, I'm on it. But if that's happening, if you're in a disaster happening on a cliff, you're fucked because I can't help you. That's the reality of it.
True. That's where I'll come in.
That's right.
Right.
You got to save the
Yes.
people on the cliff because
I'm not good with disaster, but I'm good with extreme disaster. So that's a positive.
Yeah.
That's a very good positive.
So
Hello.
there you go. Hello.
So this has been another hour of
Leanna and Rick.
neuroticness with Leanna.
That's right. And that's just the way it is.